What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Cream City Cast special edition preview of Game 6 for the Bucks versus Celtics tonight at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. I am here with Andrew Goodman, as always. My man, what is up? Big game tonight.
Oh, big game. I thought game 5 was game 7, technically. I thought the winner of that game is going to go on to win the series, but, pivotal game 6 again. Would have been nice to come back home with Bradley Center after winning in the TD Garden, get the crowd all riled up, Bucks in 6. But I guess that'll have to wait for another year.
Yes, another year, perhaps another series even. Who knows? But we got a big one, so let's kind of talk about the key factors and what we think the big deal is going on tonight. So what's the key for the Bucks? So we talked about in Game 5 kind of a complacency and kind of just a lack of killer instinct. I think that's probably my biggest thing. We need to be playing some serious basketball tonight.
Oh, to say the least. I mean, Joe Prunty is going to have to make a ton of adjustments from game 5. We'll see if he's up to the task. And it'll be interesting to see how Giannis bounces back. He only scored 16 points in game 5. He did some other good things, but I felt for the most part he was very timid. And I thought whatever Boston was throwing at him defensively threw him off. So, you definitely would love to see Giannis come back and drop like a 40 piece, which is, maybe a little too much to ask for, but I think a huge bounce back performance from Giannis is imminent.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. And it'll be important for Giannis' success if we can have some success in transition. As Brad Stevens kind of shut that down, kind of limiting the offensive rebound attack and really focusing on getting back and slowing the Bucks down. So hopefully we will be able to do that. And I think it was really going to rely on getting the ball and just going right away. Eric Bledsoe needs to put his head down, and we need to find shooters. And, when the shooters are running downhill, we need to get to the corner and get ready to shoot because we need to knock them down, because we definitely did not do that in Game 5. Did that in Game 3 and Game 4, though. So maybe just some home cooking, hopefully.
Yeah, those threes are definitely a lot harder on the road than they are at home, that's for sure. But 9 of 33 from the three-point line game 5 is just ugly. You make 9 threes, that's okay, but on 33 attempts, that's just barf, to say the least.
Yeah, and I like to put the magic number for Bucks at threes around like 13 or 14. If they get to that point, they're usually going to be either they're going to win the game or they're going to be very close to winning the game. So it will be important that they do well on the 3-point line. And I think that, we expect Malcolm Brogdon to have a bounce back game also. But, we'll have to see how it goes. We need our superstar to act like a superstar, and we need everyone else to kind of fill in their roles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, got to get a bounce back performance as well from Dellavedova and Thon Maker. As we spoke on the last recap podcast, they just did not show up at all. And that hurt the Bucks, of course. But, really it's going to come down to, hey, is Tony Snell going to come off the bench and hit 2 threes? Is Brogdon going to hit a couple threes? Is he going to bounce back? So, really any contribution from Tony Snell at this point would be positive. I'd take 2 out of 4 from the 3-point line, if that. And another big thing for me is the Bucks are leaving, far too many points at the free throw line. They're 14 of 20. Last game, you might say, hey, that's not that bad, but how much did they lose by?
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah, 5 points.
5, sorry. But yeah,
it felt like 6.
Least, yeah, it was one of those games where a 5-point loss really felt like a 20-point loss. But anyway.
No, that's true, though, honestly.
You brush up on those free throws, you win. But yeah, what were you going to say?
When we were bricking shots in the fourth quarter and down the stretch, it felt like we were down 20, because coming back from 4 points never felt so hard to do in my mind. I'm like, God, we just can't hit anything. Middleton would be backing down Shane Larkin, and he would miss. And, Middleton's been great this playoffs, and everyone is due a bad game, and especially in the Garden, that's a tough place to play. But you know, we gotta come up big time. So I mean, you're gonna have to win there one time. You're gonna have to win in Boston. So I thought game five would just be a whole hell of a lot easier for me. I'm sure it would have been for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this was one of the most frustrating Bucks games that I've seen in a while, which is saying a lot because there's been a lot of frustrating Bucks games, the last few years. It got it time and time again. It's you dig yourself a big hole, and then you give us hope by coming back, cutting it to 4, and then you miss 3 straight shots, and Boston converts on 2 or 3 possessions, and then that's really the game.
Yeah.
So it's really how can you sustain when Boston makes a run, because a lot of the times when Boston goes on a quick spurt, the Bucks will, kind of go off the edge and really just forget how to play basketball, turn the ball over, and then get into the ISO play, which really, killed them yesterday down the stretch.
Yep. I need the Bucks tomorrow or today to I need the Bucks today to really focus on the little things, because you're expected to win this game. I don't know what Vegas says, but I would consider the Bucks a favorite in game 6 just based off the way they've been playing at home. And in game 6 previously, against the Bulls when we lost by 60, against the Raptors, we've lost these games. We need to actually take advantage of being the favorite and actually take care of business. And that starts with doing the little things and being in the moment and stepping up like right away in the first quarter. Because if you start out slow and you get down, you're going to start thinking about your shot. You're going to start thinking about the scoreboard. You're going to be pushing and forcing everything because your backs are against the wall. And I don't know how good the Bucks are when their backs are against the wall.
Well, I hate to be a spoiler, but when their backs are against the wall, not so great, like you just said. But this is a golden opportunity. You're playing a depleted Boston team that's led by young guys, going to be on the road for a playoff series. And hey, the BMO is going to be rocking like it was for games 3 and 4. That was great. I could just hear the crowd from my TV, and it felt like I was there. So that was awesome. It'd be great to have that type of atmosphere today, and I believe we're going to get that, some home cooking.
I hope so. I mean, it's what we need. It's key to our success. We clearly play better at home, and we just need to take advantage. I think it's prediction time, though.
Man.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you got, and what's your score?
The pessimist I am, unfortunately, I am going to take Boston. I'll have them winning 94-83.
Another low-scoring, tough-shooting game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real frustrating one. So, I don't know. I mean, I think the Bucks are going to shoot better. I think the BMO is going to be rocking. I think I'm going to go Bucks win. But I think it's going to be 104 to I think the first team to 100 is going to win, to be honest with you. I think. But I'm going to take the Bucks as the first team to 100.
Hey, that's a pretty good key. And I also want to touch on one more thing before we wrap up here. I saw a ton in Game 5, a lot of unnecessary double teams on Al Horford that led to wide open three-pointers from Boston. That's got to stop. I know Giannis is going to have a tough time guarding Al Horford, but, you should encourage post-play with how well Boston's been shooting it from the outside. And I saw a statistic by Dave Dufour yesterday that said Al Horford's in the 82nd percentile or something like that. I don't know what it was exactly, but in other words, Al Horford really hasn't been getting it done in the post. So you would want to encourage that, but the Bucks, for some reason, I saw a lot of unnecessary doubles and then more threes for Boston. And it was done.
They're swinging it around. They hit an open three. Crowd goes wild. Bucks go down, take a bad shot or turn it over. That's how a run happens, folks. That's how a poor swing happens for the old Bucks. But
Unfortunately so.
we don't need any of those old swings tomorrow or today. But we'll see. But I guess thanks for listening to our preview show of Game 6, the Bradley Center tonight between the Bucks and the Celtics. You can catch our socials at, I'm going to get it right, at Andrew_Goodman3.
Hey, there we go, my man.
Hook it up. Hook it up. I'm at Dylan Piccolo 35. You can check Cream City Central at creamcitycentral.com. Got a lot of cool articles out and playoff coverage, so please go check out our articles and any of our other podcasts. Hopefully we can be talking to you after a win one of these times, and I have a feeling we're going to be there after Game 6, but Andrew doesn't, so don't tell him that.
Hey, if for those who know me, they already know I'm like the most pessimistic person. And if you read the group chat, the Cream City Bucks group chat on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen the messages from Game 5.
We should just make that live, like a live group chat.
Oh, man.
Nah, I don't know. We need to be censored for that, though. But all right. Thank you. Go Bucks.